Hello, good afternoon. My name is Marla Mervis-Hartmann, and I want to talk today, just do a quick little Facebook Live. I was going to make a post, and then I thought, why not just do this? Because I feel like it's more personal, and I feel like you can really hear the story, and this may actually resonate with you or someone that you love and care about. So, I used to think that I was completely obsessed with food because I was thinking about it all the time. I was thinking about food all the time. And then I realized that I was just hungry. I can remember going and getting some support with my thyroid, and I was having issues with my thyroid, and I had to write down all my food. And this is with my best friend, who's also my healthcare practitioner, and she made me write down all my food, and it was a lot of shame to write down all your food. And I can remember her saying to me, "You're not nourishing yourself. You're not giving yourself enough food." And she's like, "Look at what you're eating. Like, that has no calories in it. That isn't doing anything. That's not sustaining you." And I would always just eat enough. I would eat enough to just get me by. Like, I would just eat just enough rather than letting myself like have a meal, like waking up in the morning and not just having a spoonful of peanut butter, but actually like eating a meal and getting it over with, and then moving on with the rest of my life. I would just like feed myself just enough, and then I was hungry again, and just enough, and then I was hungry again. And then what happens with that is it's always be on my mind. I'm eating lunch, I'm thinking about eating dinner. I'm having sex, I'm thinking about, is there ice cream in the fridge? Like all these like odd times where food is just completely showing up because I'm not nourishing myself. I wasn't taking care of myself. And I see that with a lot of my clients too, where they're afraid of food. They're afraid to completely nourish themselves. They're afraid of going past the point of nourishment, and that they don't trust themselves around food. And so what can we do about this? So I just want to give you 3 quick tools on what you can do in order to start to have a relationship with yourself and with food in a way that you can relax more. So that would be really the first tool, is just to start feeding yourself, start nourishing yourself. Like, give yourself more than you think that you want to eat, and just let it go. Relax more around food. And I mean, this is like, I know, if someone would have told me this, it's like, okay, right, just relax around food. Like, okay, I got that, right? It's not that easy. I'm not saying that it's that easy. And it does, often take someone to support you and help you to learn how to relax around that. So I do get that when I'm saying this. Step 2 is to take foods off of that good, bad list. We have this idea that certain foods are bad for us, right? Like, and let's think about like the history of food, right? Like, eggs were bad at one point. Then you could eat the white, but you couldn't eat the yellow. Then butter was okay. Now butter is not, like, or whatever, right? I mean, it's just there's so much information that we're getting. Like right now, like all these like superfoods, right? Like people are like coconut oil, and I know it's good for us, but who knows? In 10 years, they may say it's not, right? So lots of times we can white knuckle around the idea that I'm only supposed to eat good things for myself. I'm only supposed to eat those good, perfect foods. And when we relax around that, then those foods aren't calling to us all the time. I used to be obsessed with sugar and sweets and all of that, and I wouldn't allow myself to have it. And then what happens when we don't allow ourselves to have it, then we want it more. So I have a client who struggles also with other addictions, with alcohol and drugs. And she was sharing with me how the high that she would get from smoking pot, when she would eat ice cream, she would get that same sort of high. And then over the years of working with her, she does not get that high anymore because food doesn't work. Food isn't like, ice cream isn't this like thing that's off the list and something that's like, oh, I'm doing something I'm not supposed to do. It's just like, I'm just having like a bowl of ice cream. Let's just move on with it, right? And then the third issue and the third tool that I would say, and I want to give you, is to release shame around food, to release shame around what it is that you're eating. And you can do this meal to meal. So if you're eating lunch and you're feeling uncomfortable with the amount of food that you ate or the choices that you made, in this moment, you can just say, you know what, for this meal, I'm not going to bring any shame into this meal. I'm just going to be okay with what I ate, and I'm just going to let it go. Like, have a meal, move on with your life. Oh, I ate too much. Okay. Is really like what you ate your self-worth? That's what I had to remind myself. Just because I overate or I binged or it wasn't my self-worth. It isn't my self-worth. Like, we are so much more than the choices we make around our food. Yes, when we make good choices and our body goes, oh, thank you, we feel better, right? I'm not saying that that isn't the truth, but when we bring all the shame in around our food and the choices we make, then we're just perpetuating into the next meal, into that next meal of discomfort and, oh, like, am I going to do it right? Am I going to do it right? Right? So yes. So I hope this is helpful. Thank you for those who are here live watching this. Thank you, Star and Janny. And yes, please do share this with anyone that you think would need some more support around that. And I'm so available to be of support. You can check out my website, which is loveyourbodyloveyourself.com, and low battery, and send me a private message if you need more support. I'm here, and that's what I'm here for. Have a wonderful day. Bye.